Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to work on the air conditioning on the car. I've had just a few short local trips since we've gotten this car, and it is summer and it's only going to get hotter. We just got through our first haying season and now it's time to get on to another project. I've had a couple of short trips in the car now that we got it legal last week, and I realized I didn't have air conditioning in the car. It blew cold for the first couple of days that we bought it, but we were still in a cold, rainy season of late spring. There was no way to know that that cold AC that was blowing on me when it was 60 degrees wasn't going to be cold enough in 90 degrees in humidity. So now we know, and we've got to run to the store. We got to go get some refrigerant to add to this car. Okay, so we're back from our trip for picking up some supplies. I had a can on the shelf that I didn't even know I had, so we're going to put this aside, and I've got this can all loaded up, ready to fill the AC and do a recharge on the 05 Buick LeSabre. Now, one of the things that I wanted to tell you is that there are all these different gauges that you can get. The trouble with some of these gauges is some don't have a gauge to know how much refrigerant you're putting into your vehicle. Some are a little more complicated, and then they don't have a puncture valve on the end of it to open or start the can. Now, some new cans don't have the little hole, and they require that old style puncture. Some of the new cans have a little circle, and this is supposed to engage it. I've never had them work. I've saved all my gauges from all the purchases we've made over the last 10 or 15 years, and they just get hung on a hook. I've got 4 gauges here, and I've probably got 2 or 3 at my husband's work that my father-in-law uses on all of their shop vehicles. Another thing to look for in the valves, if you're buying a can that comes with it, is sometimes they have little plastic nubs that stick on your low end port. Other times they have little metal balls. Go for those little metal balls because that is going to give you a good firm attachment. This is just a quick connect valve. You pull this up and push the whole assembly down on your low end port, and those little metal balls are going to keep it from popping back off. So we're going to go over to the car and we're going to recharge that AC. It has been hot. It has been so humid. Today it's only been in the high 70s to low 80s, but it has been so humid that I just can't keep my clothes or my forehead dry. If you pack a family of 6 on a hot, humid day like this into that car with 2 of the toddlers in car seats, they're hot and uncomfortable and cranky anyway. But there's nothing worse than the heat making everybody more miserable and everybody screaming during the drive. So let's get this show on the road. These systems are really easy to recharge on your own. On a small car like this, they can generally recharge off of 1 can of refrigerant or R134A. If you're not sure about your car's age, if it would take R12 or R134A, I don't know what year they switched. You'd have to Google that. But most modern cars are the R134A. This is an 05 Buick LeSabre that we're working on today. My 99 Suburban is exactly the same. The thing that you need to know about trying to recharge your system is you've got to have your air conditioning on cool, on high fan, and on max. So we're set up for all that. Now we just need to hook up our can. This is the adapter we're going to use. Sometimes the big cans that say like Pro or Big AC Pro, big systems like the Suburban take a really big can, and it's about the size of 3 cans. They generally cost $40 to $60, and it's because they include these gauges. They are reusable. Save them. So this is another gauge system that we picked up years ago with something else. This gauge does not have a puncture adapter on the end of it, so I never ended up using this one again. I don't remember really what brand it came with. It's been on the shelf for a while, but you know, you can see here there's labeling for telling you in what zone overcharged or low charge, and it's good to know because if you just hook up a can like this is what I used last year, and I had left the gauge I had on it I didn't know if I had emptied this can or not last year because I had this particular adapter on it that doesn't have any kind of gauge on it. So it was just stored on the shelf as it is. Today I'm using this AC Pro. It says it's certified auto air conditioning R134A refrigerant. I generally pick up several of these cans because of the multiple vehicles in the family. My husband and I will recharge our in-laws' vehicles. If I need to do my daughter's vehicle, our own vehicles, it's good to have 4 or 5 cans on hand, and a big vehicle like our Suburban takes more than 1 can of this. And if you've got a leak and you're not sure, you're going to be going through multiple cans. I have used the refrigerant that has leak stop in it. At that time we did find out our compressor was bad. So right now I can hear that the compressor has been kicking on. So we're ready to hook this up to our low end port. It says right on the can, low end port only. Now, generally speaking, these hookups will only fit on your low end port. If you're not sure where your low end port is, Google your vehicle model. Okay, so this is your low end port, this is your high end port. This has been serviced by professionals in the past, and they had this on super tight. You might need a pair of vice grips. Go ahead and loosen this up. It just screws on regular threads. Remember, it is made of plastic, so don't pinch it too hard. I've learned from experience not to puncture this can until this valve is on, because if you have trouble getting this on, it's going to all leak out. After you've got it hooked on, puncture the can by spinning this down, and you're going to want to turn the can from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock slowly every few seconds until it is empty. And just like that, we are recharged. Don't forget to take your cap and put it back on. Don't leave any tools under your hood. And let's go see how this feels. Now that is luxury and a lot better. Now these cans are generally on sale anywhere from $3 to $6. In the summertime, we generally pick up several cans when they're on sale just so that we've got them stocked on the shelf for anybody who needs them. So that is your AC recharge on an 05 Buick LeSabre, everybody. Thanks for watching.